The complicated complexities of Duncan's relationships with Liberty, his mother, Mrs. Lewis, and other people are explored in chapter 1614. Liberty feels annoyed and powerless, as Duncan uses Sonny as an excuse to be close by all the time. On the other hand, Mrs. Lewis is not sympathetic to Duncan's situation. She thinks that his obsession with Liberty, which he chooses to pursue despite her lack of love interest in her, is a self inflicted wound. She doesn't show regret for the challenges he encounters in his search. Duncan's determination on remaining close to Sony is clear evidence of his unwavering affections for Liberty. Their relationship has become even more strained as a result of his mother's attempts to assist him in winning Liberty's heart. Duncan's love for Liberty is put to the test by Mrs. Lewis when she dares him to draw a comparison between her and Lily. He firmly maintains that Liberty is his choice, emphasizing his genuine fondness for Sony. He admits that he initially liked Sony and eventually developed feelings for both Liberty and her son, envisioning a future together as a family of three. Mrs. Lewis is outraged by this statement and chastises her son for having an odd ambition to be a stepfather. Throughout her tantrum, Duncan maintains his composure while stating that his mother had asked him to give explanation for his preferences. He emphasizes how much he truly cares about Sonny and eventually about Liberty. Mrs. Lewis is still annoyed by Duncan's bold attempts to date Liberty and his readiness to take on the role of Sonny's stepfather. She views his actions as disloyal and finds it difficult to understand why he is so anxious to be in Sonny's life, given that the boy already has a living biological father. Duncan reflects on the necessity for a deep talk with Liberty as the chapter comes to a close. He is aware of how his mother and him have grown apart as a result of the divisive conversations concerning their relationship. Duncan considers going up to Liberty to relieve the tension and pursue his affections for her on his own. As the story progresses, it becomes clear that Duncan's steadfast desire to capture Liberty's heart is motivated by his love for Sony. He is persistent in his goal to join their lives as a loving and committed stepfather, despite the obstacles he faces in the quest of a romantic relationship. The chapter provides insight into the complex emotional web and family relationships that surrounded Duncan's fight for Liberty. It demonstrates his resolve to start a family with her and Sony, despite his mother's mistrust and condemnation. His unwavering devotion to his emotions and desire to assume the position of a stepfather give his character depth and highlight the difficulties of love and family in this story.